Hello and welcome to 3 Stitches Shorts, Stitching Tendencies podcast. My name is May. Today is June the 14th, 2022, and I'm coming to you from the northeast corner of Ohio, the Cleveland area-ish. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. If you are a new viewer, welcome. I hope you like what we do. I do. Alright, so it has been roughly 2 weeks since I last podcasted. And wow, a lot has been going on, specifically summer with my 3-year-old. She doesn't have dance. She was supposed to start swim, but she was a little sick, so we literally just got out of like a 3-week isolation because I have a compromised immune system, and if she gets it, then I get it tenfold, and I didn't want to risk getting anybody else sick, and I also just didn't want us to get sicker. So we just came off of, we had been in isolation for about a week. I was starting to feel better the last time I podcasted, and then we started feeling really crummy again. Thankfully, we all tested negative for COVID, so, it is what it is. We are all doing much better now, and we're getting back into the groove of things. She has a couple more play dates set up. She's getting back to her social calendar, and the 3-month-old, or today she's 4 months old, is kind of just along for the ride. So let's go ahead and get into this. I want to start off with some like admin-y type news stuff. So I am recording today the 14th of June 2022. This might take me a couple of days to physically get up. And the reason for that is I am committing myself to being a bit better. I found the proper programs. I found everything I need to do. So I am going to commit myself to some editing and some subtitles. Not some subtitles, committing to subtitles. I think it's very important that we be inclusive of everybody, and not all crafters are hearing. And it's always been on my mind. And I need to apologize because I was lazy, and there's no excuse from that. My laziness excluded deaf and hard of hearing knitters and crafters, and for that I apologize. I am going to be doing better, and going forward all of my videos will have subtitles, and I will be manually subtitling my videos. That way I know that they are accurate. In addition to that, I am planning a pretty large website overhaul. So in the interim, show notes are going to hopefully fit in the description box down below. And once my website has been revamped and I've finished, I got rid of a lot of content. It was old, it was outdated, it was no longer true to the best of my ability. So we're starting from scratch almost. And I hope that once it's finished and I republish it, you guys will love it all the better. Final little bit is I have gone ahead and decided to officially launch my Etsy shop. I've piddled and paddled around, and I have a couple of patterns up there, but I mostly put it on hold because I would start it and then not be serious about it, or life would happen, and pregnancies and babies and all of that stuff. But I have made the decision. I am going to commit myself to getting this done. So with that said, today is June 14th. I am hoping to have my first shop update by July 1st. Links will always be down in the bio. I am hoping to have enough stuff made that we are going to be able to get to. And I'll talk more about what will be in the shop once we're ready to officially launch. So without further ado, that is the little bit of news that I had. And we're gonna go ahead and jump on into the knitting. Well, first we're gonna start. I am drinking a big old glass of water, ice water to be specific. Well, actually, my ice is melted already. It's been that hot. But I am drinking ice water because, well, first of all, it is 11:15 at night, so I should not be drinking coffee, even though that was like my first go-to. But also I am committing to a little bit of self-care, and one of those things is drinking water. I feel better when I'm hydrated. I can do more when I'm hydrated, so hydrated I shall be. Today, no shawl. Like I said, it has been quite hot here in the Cleveland area, but I am, let's see if I can lift my foot that high, I'm wearing my spooky socks. I love them. They're so amazing. So these are the Practical Magic Halloween Advent Calendar. This was the full skein, entitled Practical Magic from Trilogy Yarns for the 2021 Advent Calendar. The heels and toes are just Knit Pick Stroll Ash, I think. 99% sure it's Knit Pick Stroll Ash. Whatever that darkest gray is that they have there. They are 2x2 rib for 15 rows. I used the German twisted cast on. I only did about 50 rows for the leg, 60 rows for the foot. I do the rounded toe from, here, let me show you. I do the rounded toe from the Rose City Rollers pattern. I believe that is a free pattern on Ravelry. And then I do a cut and heel. It's kind of become my go-to. However, I am going to try to do something a little different in some upcoming pairs, so we'll see. All right. So I have 2 F.O.s. It's like 1 plus a pair of something. So, guys, this is amazing. Look at this. Oh, you can't see that because I can't see that. Okay. Look at this. Okay, so this was a test knit. This is the Love Beyond Time Shawl. The pattern is by Jocelyn Peters, and she designed this exclusively for LoloDidIt. The test knit just ended on the 13th. I finished it with a couple days to spare. I'm very proud of it. So this first color is called Beltane. The middle color is called Forget Me Nots. And this last color is called Possess Your Soul. And then the green is called Fraser's Ridge. And these are all from the LoloDidIt Outlander Club that she did last year. And this shawl is an Outlander inspired club. Look, oh, that's upside down. Yep. Okay. Look, you got big hearts and you got Celtic knots, and they kind of make like a secondary heart. Look how cute that is. It's absolutely gorgeous. The pattern is written as, you know, obviously panels that are seamed together and then the border added. So it's completely customizable. You can make it as short as you want, as long as you want. You can make it as wide as you want. You could do a single panel and have like a cute little spring scarf. You could make it, you know, 5 panels wide and have like a real good winter shawl. You can do it, I believe there is a DK as well as a fingering. I did the fingering version. This was not a secret test knit. I've been posting it on my Instagram. And I am just so excited that this is done. This was taking up so much of my knitting. I did 2 repeats of the pattern a day. Sometimes because I was fighting that cold or whatever it was I was fighting, I did not knit that day, so then I would have to do several repeats the next day to catch up, or sometimes I would have to catch 2 or 3 days up at a time. But I did make this entire shawl in less than 4 weeks, because the testing period was only 4 weeks. So it is definitely easy. Once you get going, the pattern is quite memorizable. I don't know the actual proper term there. But it's easy to remember the pattern once you get going. And if you forget where you're at, you can always just like look down and figure it out. It's very, very simple. I absolutely loved this. I'm very, very thankful that I was included in the test knit. This was my first official test knit, so I got some great insight about how to run some things that work, some things that don't, when I'll be doing my own test knits for my own patterns, because I do have quite a few designs that'll be coming out soon. They'll be ready for testers soon, and so hopefully they'll start trickling out here and there. So yes, this was my first finished object, and I love it. Overall, I love the vibe of it. It's great. Not really me per se, so I probably will gift this to somebody for Yule this year. So, all right, and then it lived in this bag. This is a Knickknack Knits bag that I got from her trunk show she had at Around the Table Yarns over the past month or so. It's just a gorgeous, like, beautiful blue pattern, because I love my blue, and it's got the cork bottom for stability. Good little wristlet size. You could, I mean, if you have it all buttoned up, you could hang it from here while you're knitting. I didn't really do that. I mostly just set it next to me. This is what I have left. It was about 30 grams of each of the 3. I didn't wind this one back up yet. But it was about 30 grams of each of the 3 panel colors. And I did use the forget-me-nots to seam it all together so it was cohesive and you wouldn't see any of the lines. And then I don't know how much of the Fraser's Ridge is left, but it feels like probably about 60 grams, maybe closer to 50, just based on how it feels in my hands. So those I will be putting, when I start my Coziest Memories blanket, that I will be putting a square of each of those in that. And then I might make like a pair of striped socks, or I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'll make like a mini and a micro mini set and give them away. I don't know. Alright. Now my second, technically second and third finished objects are washcloths. How great is this? So everybody, you know, it goes wild over the Grandma's Favorite Washcloths pattern, but when I went to Lavallee to get it, it wasn't there anymore. So I kind of knew that because of Kevin and Ray from Needles at the Ready, I knew that it was a corner to corner, and I knew that it had like the holes around the ridge, around the frame of it. So I googled for a corner to corner washcloth. I used washcloth, I used dishcloth, I used the terms interchangeably. So I googled for a corner to corner knit washcloth, and this is what it gave me. Now, I don't really consider one washcloth a finished item. I always do them in at least pairs. I try to do more like a set of 4. But I was trying a new wool. So this is what I got out of the one little cake. I got the pattern from the site is called themakeyourowenzone.com. It was a very helpful site because I'd never done a washcloth like this. I did find the pattern extremely easy to follow and get on with. It's just a corner to corner knit washcloth. The only thing I did not like, and I think this is probably pretty true to the original design as well, because I remember Kevin saying something about it, and I'm gonna probably message him and see what he did to remedy this, is I do not like the ending corner. Like, that's just weird and wonky to me. Especially because, like, rounded, square, and odd shaped. It's like there's an extra yarn over or something in there, and I just am not a big fan of that. So when I did the second one, I did do it a little bit different, and it came out less wonky, which I liked, but still round, square. I gotta figure that out. But this is so awesome. Out of a 75-gram skein from Joann's, it is the Big Twist Cotton, which is actually an 85/15. I got 2 full washcloths, and I had a small bit left over. I might do like a face scrubby with this or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in a pile, and once I get enough, I'll make a hodgepodge washcloth. No idea what I'm going to do with that little bit of leftover. But I do really love this cotton. It's fantastic. I feel like the 15% of polyester that's in it just gives it a little something extra. It makes it a little bit more soft in my hand. I've always hated like knitting with cotton because I always found it to be very rough unless you were using fingering weight. So this is a worsted weight, and it's very soft in my hands, and you know, it's got a good stretch to it. Actually, that's more stretch than cotton usually has, so that's amazing, in my opinion. So I'm definitely going to probably continue to do these. I can do an entire washcloth just sitting there watching a movie. So yeah, I'll probably have a couple of washcloths each time I record, just because this is probably, if I have nothing vanilla I can work on, this is probably going to be my movie knitting. And they're great. These are going to be great. Well, once I figure out the kink and the pattern, these are going to be great gifts this coming Yule. So, great. I'm probably going to go to Joann's and stock up on that wool because this is such good wool. Like 85-15. Who knew just a little bit of polyester would make it so much easier. Or better. Not easier. Better. Alright. Moving on to W.I.P.s. Yay! Alright. I'm going to start with the one I made the least amount of progress, but progress has been made, and you guys have not seen this in probably a month and a half. I made some progress on my February Cottage of the Month cross stitch. I did all this brown and this little bit of green. I really need to work on getting this done. Honestly, I was so busy with the test knit for the last 4 weeks that all my extra stitching time went straight into that. But now that that's done and I feel like I can breathe a little bit, I am gonna try to get this finished up. It's June and this was February's. It's time. But this is the Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. I do not know where my little information page is, so I cannot show you what it looks like other than it looks like this. The only thing I have left, I have a couple hearts left. This same thing is going to go on the top, and then the word February is going to go across it. I don't have much left, so I'm hoping to maybe have this finished by next time. We shall see. Alright. I am back. There was a small little intermission because one of my best W.I.P.s left downstairs. So I had to run down and get that for you. I am so excited to share this. This is living in the Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. 4th of July bag from last year. And I think it's a little fitting because it's, you know, little rockets and it's my rocket tee. First of all, like, if you can't tell, holy cow, there's a lot there. And here we go. Okay. Here we are. Look at that! Holy cow. This is the back. This is the front. This little, oh, let me make it so pretty. This little charm was in the March Yarnable box. It's a 3 by the Sea Designs Progress Keeper. This Progress Keeper is where I was last time I podcasted. Look how much I've done. It wasn't even in the round yet, I don't think, or maybe it had just gone in the round, I'm not sure. I have tried it on and it fits, which is huge. I am so stoked. This is my first grown-up size wearable item. Oh my god, it's gonna be so, oh, I actually really like it with the purple underneath. That's cute. So this is, you know, it's so fantastic. I am knitting it. This is the Rocket Tee by Tanis Lavallee from Tanis Fiber Arts. I am using Prancing Peacocks by Tina's Twisted Fibers. I couldn't decide on what to stripe it with So I didn't do any striping. And I love it. This is turning out so amazing. This is gonna be just so gorgeous. I cannot wait to finish it. I measured a little bit. The pattern calls for, I think, 15 inches after you separate for sleeves. Because of my torso and everything, I'm going to do 17 inches. I am at roughly 9 inches currently, so I've only got about 8 inches left. I think when I measured it earlier tonight, it was 7.5 inches I needed to do. So I'm gonna knit about 1.5 inches a day the rest of this week, and it will be ready for the edging and everything on Sunday, probably, maybe Monday. And then hopefully this will be finished by the next time I see you. And I am just so stoked. So I am going to move my stitch marker. And we're gonna put it up here. And we're gonna, goodness. Okay, so couple things about it now that I moved my stitch marker. Let me see, I think, yeah, this is the right side. Okay, so when I separated for the sleeves and started, you know, really knitting in the round, I don't know if you can see this. Oh yeah, you can. I have this diagonal seam. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I ended up with like a diagonal seam, and then once it got like right to where this side seam detail is, I was like, oh crap, I gotta kind of figure this out. So I went online and I googled helical knitting. And oh my god, guys, I do it a little differently than the videos say to. I do not slip 3. I just feel like that is just way too much. I'm only slipping 1, sometimes 2, depending on how my mood is and how quickly I want it to travel. But like, you can't see it. You cannot see the wool traveling at all. And even if you could kind of, like, I think sometimes I kind of think to myself that, yeah, I see the traveling, which I know is just me playing tricks on my mind, because you totally can't see it. Even if I could, that'll straighten itself out with blocking. So I am zero worries at all about this, and I am in love with this. I cannot wait to finish it up. If it's warm at Rhinebeck this year, I'll be wearing my rocket tee, and then if it's cooler, I'll be wearing one of the other items. Hopefully I'll get done before then, so yay. Yeah, okay. Oh, and I got myself some barber cords. How fun is that? Look at those. They're such a fun color, and they go with my project so well. I love it. That's a little bit of acquisition, but they are great. Barber cords are fantastic for putting those stitches on hold, and also, you know, it allowed me to try on the top to make sure it fit right as I split for the right as I joined it in the round, and then again when I split for the sleeves. So super stoked about that. WIP number 2 is living in another Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. bag. This was their Mickey and Minnie little bag from last year. I love this. This is so cute. And in it is my LoloDidIt Star Wars Yarn Club month 1 in the colorway I've Got a Bad Feeling About This. And it is my muscle burra. Look how cute it is. Like, girl, this is so dang. This is crazy, okay? This is nuts here that this is going so quickly. So this stitch marker at the end of here, this one, is where I was last time I saw you. Okay? This was what I was supposed to get to the first week, and then like this is what I was supposed to get to by the end of last week. I kind of went above and beyond, which is fine. I sat down to watch a movie with my husband. I looked down and oh my, I'm halfway done. So I'm hoping a couple more movie nights and this will be done. I am doing it. The wool itself is 85.15. Yes, the wool is 85.15 fingering weight. And I am doing the adult medium on 3.5 millimeter needles. I'm getting roughly 6 3/4 stitches per inch, so it's right between that 6.5, 7 gauge that's in the pattern. So I think Brennan's got a little bit of a bigger head. I think I was doing the pattern off of the 7 inches or 7 stitches per inch gauge, but you know, he's got a little bit of a bigger head, so a slightly looser gauge is not going to be a problem in the least. So really quick, I'm just going to move my stitch marker up. We're gonna go here. Okay, so I'm hoping that this will also be done by the next time I podcast. I've got less than half of the body to finish, and then I've got the decreased crown, which is the easy part. Like, starting the pinhole is a little difficult and fussy. Getting down to the decreases is really easy. This is my second or third muscle burra. So I've made it before. The first time it took forever, but then after that it's just like boom and it's done. I have no idea how I cranked this out so fast. I've literally worked on this maybe 3 nights total, and 2 of those nights for the crown, because the crown takes forever when you're starting, and then the last night I like got half the body done while watching a movie. It was amazing but weird. I've never really been that much of a quick knit. Oh, I've been a quick knitter. I am a quick knitter. I just don't think I've ever like bam and like saw it come to life like that so quickly. Alright, so WIP number 3 is living in my Knit for Brains Warpy Doctor bag. This is the medium bag size from Knit for Brains. It's got lots of puppy hair all over it. They've been in the area they're not supposed to be in. Okay, and this is my current painting honeycomb shawl. Oh my god, I love this. This has been such a great project to work on. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the gray is Coal Miner's Daughter by LoloDidIt on her Everyday Sock. And the stripes are the Myth Fingering Base from Dragon Horde Yarns. This was her Greek mythology Halloween Advent from last year. This is amazing. So the pattern itself is absolutely fantastic. Once you start going, like, it is a second nature pattern. You don't even have to think about it once you kind of get the hang of it. It is so gorgeous. It's going to block, so look at how gorgeous that's gonna be once it's all opened and blocked and everything. I am so in love. I am knitting them in the opening order of the Advent. I went 1 to 31, and then I'm going 30 all the way back down to 1, and that will give me 61 stripes, and I believe the pattern only called for like 55 stripes. So I had originally planned to get this done by the end of the month, but because I'm adding an extra 6 stripes to it, I am now anticipating it to take me through the first week of July, which is not a problem at all. All of my knitting plans and knitting goals are just estimates, subject to change at any point. I was previously here when last I showed this. So I, in the last 2 weeks, have done about 14 or 15 stripes, which is huge. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I am very proud of the fact that I was able to keep up on this, especially while doing that test knit. It was a lot of knitting every day, and I'm very, very proud of myself for doing it. Especially, like, as you know, I have a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old. Well, now 4-month-old. Oh my god, she's 4 months old. Oh, my heart. So yeah, I am, now that things are maybe a little lighter and I don't have the test knit, I might have time. I might do a couple of stripes a day for a little bit. I've got 2 weeks left, and I have, hold on, let me count. 6, 7, I've got 7 done of the second half. So 31 minus 7 is 24, I think, maybe. I've got like 24 stripes left, and I've got, well, there's a way to look at this, May. Today's the 14th, so I've got at least 2 full weeks. I think there's only 30 days in June. Yes, there's only 30 days in June. So I've got 16 days left to do 24 stripes. I think I might be able to finish it this month still. But if not, I'm not going to worry about it, and I'll just finish it early next month, because I did add 6 more rows of knitting. And that was totally a personal decision. I wanted it symmetrical and the colors to mirror each other, and I wanted to use every color twice. So yeah, that is this. I moved my marker already. I am using called for needles, which is a 3.75 millimeters. I am using my Chiagu red lace interchangeable tips. I think that's all the details on this one. So, yay! All right. Okay, so Next up, I have Living in Another Little Knickknack Knits Bag. Look how cute that is. I love it. I love it so much. On my MCN base by Happy Mermaid Yarn Co. in the colorway Grape Fest. This is an 80-10-10 MCN. I love it. I love it. We have some socks. Well, sort of. I have a sock, practically a hoe. It's missing a heel, but I call that a hoe because I do a sock, and then I do its mate, and then I do the heels on one day, in just a couple hours. So, I got a sock. Woohoo! And then I cast it on so that I wouldn't get second sock syndrome. I cast it on the second sock already. So yay! Super excited about this. These are going to be for my mom. They are 64 stitches on a 2.25 millimeter needle. I only do 9-inch circular. Oh my god, look at my little charm. That beginning of round is from my Harry Potter set from 3 by the Sea Designs. I do a marker every 10 stitches to keep track of my rounds. I do the rounded toe from the Rose City Rollers pattern. This is just kind of like my vanilla blank easy knitting pattern. This one for my mom is 110 rounds before I did the toe, 15 rows on the ribbing, which is 2 by 2 German twisted cast on. So pretty vanilla. This is kind of like the recipe for most of my socks. Alright. And this, I pretty much finished this, I finished the first sock. Like, one night I was bored and I couldn't sleep, so I just cranked out that sock. Alright. And then my last WIP that I did make some progress on, living in my, nope, not that one. What is in there? Oh, yeah, nope. I didn't do anything on that. You don't need to see it. In my Harry Potter Knit for Brains sock bag. Look how cute this bag is. I absolutely love it. Is my Harpy Socks. These are the ones that I didn't really know what to do, so I didn't do much on them until I made the decision. And I did decide that these ones are going to be for my mom. So they'll have the blue cuffs. They'll be the exact same as that other pair that I just showed you. But the heels and toes on this are going to be in that purple. Because purple is her favorite color. So this colorway is Harpy. By LoloDidIt. It was part of her Halloween yarns, and I've got it in my cute little wool condom. I love these things. These, when your balls go awry, wrap them. So, look how cute that is. I absolutely love Harpy. Harpy is my favorite color. I will probably order it every year. I am knitting on the Everyday Sock, which is 75.25, and then the blue cuff is Knit Pick Stroll in Wonderland Heather. Just put that. I'm dropping things. Not dropping my balls. So there's a plus. Those are staying secured in their condoms. I can't. Sometimes I crack myself up, and if you don't think I'm funny, I'm sorry. I think I'm funny. Okay, so that is the end of my W.I.P.s and F.O.s. Yay! Alright, so we are going to go into some acquisitions. Y'all, I went a bit nuts. I'm sorry. We're going to go into acquisitions. We're going to go into a couple of future cast-ons. And then I got some great stuff coming up, so yay! Okay, so acquisitions, where did y'all go? I went a little nuts. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So the June Star Wars set, sock, was pause, rewind, start over. The June Star Wars Club wool from LoloDidIt came literally yesterday, and it's a trap. I am in love with this. So the colorway is called It's a Trap. Oh, there we go. The colorway is called It's a Trap. It is this gorgeous red tonal with some other speckles in there. This is absolutely gorgeous. And once again, I know exactly who I'm gonna knit it for. Yes! I love when I get something in and it's a mystery club or something, and I know exactly, like, yes, this was meant to be for this person. So this is going to be something for my mother-in-law. She had a rug in her living room that she absolutely loved. It was a custom size, custom rug, and over the years, animals, grandchildren, it got kind of ruined. And so it was these colors. So I am gonna probably knit her a muscle burra for Yule in this. It might be a muscle burra, it might be a cowl, I might make her pair of socks. I'm not decided completely on what I want to make her, but I know that this is for her and it's gonna be done by Yule. I'm so stoked about this. Okay, so then did I leave it down there too? Oh my god, I am losing my ever-loving mind. Y'all, okay, so I don't have it with me to show, so I am gonna put a picture over here. Future May, here's your warning. I got the Painting Shawls book. I am so stoked. So I already own the Painting Honeycombs shawl patterns. I actually got the collection, so I still have extra patterns than what the shawls are in the book, but the collection from Stephen West's Ravelry page has a lot more in it. It's got like a hat, a scarf, a sweater, a blanket, a shawl, like a cowl. He did so much with the Painting Honeycombs pattern. So there's definitely still value in the fact that I bought that separately, but it's got the Painting Honeycomb in there. It's got the Painting Waves, which is another one of my on hold W.I.P.s. But now I have it in the book and I am so excited. This book is so gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, is it amazing. And my name's May. I don't use the term amazing very lightly. It's got to be really awesome to earn my namesake. So if you have not gotten your copy, now that it's been restocked, run, don't walk to your little wool shop and get yourself a copy of this book. It is so amazing. Amazing. Okay, so I knew that my shop was getting the book, and online it said pre-order, but when I do it online, it was like, oh, you have to set it up to ship to you, that way when we get it in, we'll just ship it right to you. I'm like, I come in weekly, I'm not gonna ship something to myself. So I gave them a call. I'm like, hey, can I pre-order it? And they're like, oh, we got it in like yesterday. I was like, sweet, I can come pick it up tomorrow. And they're like, do you want to pay for it now? I'm like, yes, I do. So I bought my Stephen West Painting Shawls book, and I go to pick it up, and Tina from Tina's Twisted Fiber was there, and she had a trunk show, and I'm like, heck yeah, girl. So I think I totally just shook the camera, and if I did, I'm so sorry. But I have a problem. So I got 2 sweater quantities. Not all the hand dyed. I don't think it's all hand dyed, but I got 2 of these. These are Calypso. They're 75/25 merino nylon. My Rocket Tee is 75 BFL 25 nylon. So that's my first time working with BFL, and I like it. No hate towards it, but I love me a 75% merino. It is my favorite. So I got, look at how gorgeous this is. Like, heck yeah, this is all my jam. So I got 2 of these, and I partnered it with 3 of these. These are only 50 grams. They are also 75/25, and these are Sakya. Look how cute they are. Oh, it's a little off on the color return, but that is gonna be gorgeous. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna do something. And it's probably gonna be striped. Maybe a shawl. Maybe I'll do a striped Rocket Tee. Who knows? But yeah, so I got that for me. Maybe I'll do like a 3 skein shawl or something. Who knows? And then I got this to make something for my mom, or maybe me. I don't know. I'm blue and purple. I kind of like my jam too. So look at these. These are gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And they are like a purple and gray. These are also 75/25 merino nylon. The name of the colorway is Levanta. Tina, if you're watching, correct me. But yeah, so there is that. And I partnered this. Ooh, oh, that's just the tag. Okay, with this. Now, color return is a little off, but I promise that's gonna look fantastic. And again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might make her a sweater. I might make her a giant shawl. I don't know. But yeah, I got that. And then one of the last times I was there, because I go like once a week, sometimes more, I got myself 2 packs of barber cords. This one's shaking because it had some stitch markers in there. But I got the green that you saw on my Rocket Tee, and I got the hot pink. And I'm super excited about this. This is super cute. Now, Around the Table Yarns is where I get a lot of my stuff lately. I do buy from indie dyers independently online, but if I'm going to a wool shop, it's mostly going to be Around the Table Yarns. It's my favorite local shop. They are available online, aroundthetableyarns.com. And look at that. Katrinkles made them a cute little... There we go. It's a Katrinkles little stitch marker. And so I had to get that. Look at that. We're less than an hour in. That's awesome. Okay. So then, let's see. My Stitch Quarterly came from Fat Quarter Shop. Guys, I am in love. So you always get a bag. I got this bag. It comes with a pattern. Let me see. Okay, so this is the pattern. It's called Here Comes the Sun. No. Why does it say that on the back? It's called Citrus Summer. And that is what it looks like. And can you see that background on the sample? That is the fabric. Oh my god. So give me 1 second to put the pattern back. Okay, so it came with the pattern that it always comes with. It always comes with the pattern. It came with the DMC floss set. It came with this tension hoop, spring tension hoop. I love it. I am not a hoop person, but if I were doing a full coverage something and I needed to use the stab and stick, I would use this. Typically I stitch in hand, and typically I use the sewing method. But if I needed to do something that was full coverage and I needed to use the stab and stick, I would definitely use this. This is fantastic. It came with a needle minder. I love needle minders. They are so stinking cute. So, came with that. It does always come with a needle too. I don't use these. I save these for rainy days, so they stay in their packaging until I'm like desperate for a needle. So, but look at this fabric. Oh my god. I might like cheat the pattern a little bit like on its border, just so that I'd have, because I don't need extra because of the hoop or anything. I just need to have enough to frame it a bit or figure out how I'm gonna finish it. But look at this fabric. Oh my god. So this is 14 count Aida. I'm like 90% sure I threw out the packaging. I'm so smart. I'm pretty sure this is 14 count Aida. And look at that print on it. This was printed exclusively for Fat Quarter Shop for this month's Stitch Quarterly, so you can't get this anywhere anyway, and I think that was my rationale when I threw out the packaging. This fabric will go with this pattern, and there's nothing I can do about that because I can't get any more. So I'm so excited. I think once I get my February cottage done and I catch up a little bit on a couple of my other smaller projects, I'm probably going to start this because this is absolutely gorgeous and I'm so excited. Alright, so then I went mad, guys. So Mandy's Makings showed up on my For You from Etsy. Amanda, we're gonna have some words. You stole my husband's paycheck. So I got This sock set is called Adventure, which is, oh my god, that's totally my vibe. It's got the tealies in there, it's got some grays in there, it's got like some rusty brown and red in there. It's gorgeous. I love it. I got this. It was a one of a kind. I couldn't say no. My daughter's gonna absolutely love this. I might do like a kids, because it's only a 20-gram mini, I believe. Yes. I don't know what comes in a sock set. It's a 20-gram mini. So I might do like a blue brim with a pink body for like a sock head slouch hat for my daughter. I think she would absolutely go nuts for that, actually. It's actually really exciting me. I might start that soon. And then I got Ferris wheel cotton candy. Look at it. It's so cute, guys. And then I got another one of a kind. Lilith is a pink and purple girl, so actually I might make her a hat with this. I don't know, she likes to claim everything and say, Mommy, you're gonna make me a hat with that? So maybe she'll get 2 hats and a couple pairs of socks and whatever else I can think of to make her with all that wool, because I ordered way too much. Oh my god. And then I got one single skein, and this is the famous flamingo. And I got this, I only got it because, as I explained in the last one, my city is got a thing for flamingos. I mean, I'm not a pink person really much, but I mean, PTA gives you a pink water cup, you're gonna use a pink water cup. And I'm not a bright pink person, usually. The blushy pinks, I like. I'm just not a big, like, bright pink person, so let me say that. But this is called the famous flamingo. I might just make like a hat or something for the PTA auction. I'm starting to wheels turn for that thing. It's not going to be until like next February is when the raffle baskets and fundraisers are, but everybody knows crafters got to get on top of their game, so. And then I was nuts and I got a couple share pairs. Look at this. This one is called Tea Time. So this is the share pair. It comes as 2 sets of 2 50-gram skeins. And this, oh, sorry, tea room. The tea room. So this comes as 2 sets of 2 50-gram skeins. And this is so adorable. I absolutely love this. And then I got one more, and this is called Watermelon Crawl, and I love it, guys. This is just so delicious and summery, and I love it. Here's what I'm thinking. I've got 21 people subscribed to my channel, and like, you look at all these other podcasters and you're like, oh, 21, that's not very many. But guys, if 21 people were in my room right now and I were having show and tell with 21 people in my room right now, I would be so freaking overwhelmed. So I'm going to celebrate that accomplishment by doing a share a pair giveaway. So I'm going to keep one, and I'm going to give one away. And we are going to do a July something or other. So if you want to win this, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and leave a comment down here on this video, telling me about your favorite summer activity, or maybe your favorite summer childhood memory. and that will enter. And I will randomly draw a comment from, I will randomly pick a winner from the comments the next time I podcast. I haven't had many comments except one of my besties, and Karen, you're not eligible because you're getting one of these. Surprise! So anyone other than Karen in the US, and I apologize, it's just shipping right now overseas or to other countries. It's just a little economically not capable at this time. So US viewers, comment, like, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I will pick a winner. Tell me about your favorite summer memory, or tell me about your favorite summer activity. I want to get to know you guys a little bit better. So there's 21 of you. I'm hoping to see 21 comments. Come on, guys. And that was the last of my Mandy's makings. I did get an Arcane Fiberworks order in. I got peacock feathers, which is, oh my god, it's so scrumptious. Their colorways are just so darn saturated. I love it. And then I got Morpho-Me, which blue and purple. You know I'm gonna buy it if it's blue and purple. Okay? Like, you know it. And then Nebula Nights. This is the one on Facebook that got me. I went there for this. And then it's buy two, get free shipping. So then I added this. I figured Lily would probably love that. And then on my way out, I found this. And so, yeah, I did it. It's fine. It's wool. I'll knit it eventually. Gosh, no judging. I don't judge you, you don't judge me, okay? And then the last bit here, this is from By the Moonlight Studios. This is the colorway Blue Raspberry. Now, interesting story behind this. When she was quite new, I bought a skein of Blue Raspberry from her. Early last year, I think it was. And I knit it up and I loved it. I knit it for the Muscle Burra. The Muscle Burra knit along that Crazy Sock lady did. And I loved it. I love that hat. I was waiting for winter to wear it. And then I needed a white elephant gift, and I still hadn't gotten around to wearing it because it didn't get cold until like late January, early February this year. And so I just decided to give the hat away in the white elephant, and I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I can always make more hats. Like, you know, it's fine. If I'm not being generous with my knitting, what's the point of knitting? So I gave it away in the white elephant, and the cousin who got it in the white elephant absolutely loved it. She's a blue girl like I am, so that's great, and I'm so glad. But then, like, my heart hurt a little bit because I was really in love with that hat. So I reached out to Brittany, and I'm like, hey, can I get another of that? And she's like, absolutely. And she, like, was looking and looking, and that hat was on a sparkle base, but she's had some issues with suppliers. You know, everybody's having issues with chain and supply and stuff, so she could not get another sparkle base. But she did dye it up for me. Oh my god, I am shutting. Okay, so guys, when you're 4 months postpartum, your hair sheds like crazy, which is why I have it up in a bun, and I'll probably stay like this for another year until I'm done shedding. It's just everywhere. Anyway, So she dyed me up on a regular basis. This is an 80/20 superwash merino, and it is so much softer, and I love it even though there's no sparkle. I absolutely love it. So I'm very, very happy. This is going to be one of my next cast-ons. I'll probably cast these two on next month. Oh, look, it's a little 4th of July. Oops. It's a little 4th of July to have a red and a blue, but they're separate projects. One's for me, one's for my mother-in-law. And I'm gonna make myself a new muscle bra. So that is that. Alright. So I have one more acquisition. I'm just making sure. Yes. Okay. Got one more acquisition, and I'm keeping it in here. Yeah, this whole thing is one acquisition. I got 15 of these. They are the Sheepjust Metropolis. The colorway is Lion, color number 078. My wool shop ordered it special to make sure I got all the same lot number and dye lot. This is going to be the main body of my long summer cardigan. Now, with showing you this, I'm also going to show you, and this is 75/25 superwash merino. Actually, this is extra fine merino wool. I hand wash anyway. I never put hand knit garments in the washing machine, so it's fine. It might bloom a little differently, but it's fine. But I got this super Moon Glow Yarn Co. fade set. This is the April Showers fade set that I got earlier this year. Ugh, I'm having issues. Ah, it's running away. Okay. Ooh, nope, I can't do this. Okay, this is a 5 skein fade set. Okay, and I absolutely love it. It's blue, yay! Now the problem is that this one, she don't belong. She's just, no. So she's gonna go to a different project. I don't know what she's gonna be yet. Don't ask me. I don't know. But she's going to a different project. These 15 are going to be the main color. And these 4 are going to be the fades in my long summer cardigan. And it's gonna be gorgeous. Oh my god, I am so excited about this. So this will be something that I'll be casting on in the semi-immediate future. This is gonna be a little bit of a longer project just because it is such a long cardigan and I like my stuff a little bit longer. So I have it all packaged together, and when I'm ready, it's ready when I am. But my next actual cast on, boom, is going to be my love note. This is Till We Meet Again by Trilogy Yarn on the MCNDK base. It is so soft and so lovely, and I will be casting this on as soon as I finish my Rocket Tee. That might be before the end of the month. It might not be before the end of the month. I don't know. But that is going to be it. Okay, so I'm just double checking. Okay, so yes, my next future cast on is my Love Note by Tin Can Knits. And then my next in line is going to be my long summer cardigan by Helical Knitting. And that's what the Moonglow Yarn Co. April Showers Fade set is going to be used for, in conjunction with that Sheepjust Metropolis wool. And that, my friends, is the end of the actual knitting contents. Just a quick review of my knitting calendar, or my knitting plans for June. I have my completed items there. I've been keeping up. This project is done. This one is on track. This is on track. This is on track. Everything is fully on track for this month. I did, after I finished the test knit, I pulled out the Game Boy blanket, and I wove in all of the ends, and it is now sitting in a stationary position, ready for me to work on it as the availability and desire hits. So I'm feeling quite comfortable and confident in everything I've worked on and everything I've done. So yay! On to reading and watching. I've read nothing. I am a loser. No, not really. I am not a loser because I haven't read anything. I am just hypercritical. I know that I can read so much so fast. I haven't been reading. So nothing to share there. Maybe next time. Who knows? Watching, holy moly. Okay, so my husband works late nights, and the only way I can spend time with him, because he works almost all night, usually until like 2 or 4 a.m. depending on the day, and he works 10-hour shifts, and he sleeps during the day most days because he's not going to backwards his schedule on his off days and then have a hard time readjusting during the work week. So the only time I really get to spend with him, unfortunately, is after the girls go to bed. I go down to the basement where he works, and we sit there and hang out together because his job is pretty low. Like, if it's busy, and obviously he has to work, but it's pretty low requirement for the most part, and I absolutely love it. So we watch movies. And we decided to do the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the timeline order, and we made some progress. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we did Captain America, and then a little short called Agent Carter. And then we did Captain Marvel. Oh my god, this was my first time seeing that movie, and I loved it! We needed more female superheroes from the get-go. Swear to goodness, okay? Then we did Iron Man 2, and then another little short called On the Way to Thor's Hammer. Or Something Funny Happened on the Way to Thor's Hammer is, I think, the full title. And then it was Thor, and then another short called The Consultants, and then Avengers, the first one, obviously, and then Item 47, and then Thor, The Dark World. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 MCU timeline order movies / episodes, like quickie things. Next up, I believe, is Iron Man 3. We've tried it like twice already, and it's not that I don't like the movie. I love Iron Man. I love Iron Man 3. It's just, there's a lot going on. One night we tried to watch it in the living room, and we had to be quieter because the girls were sleeping in the next room. One night we tried it in the basement, but it had dipped cold and I had the heater on because with little kids, I'm not having them be cold in the middle of the night. So we're going to try for a third time to watch Iron Man 3. And then I think after that is Avengers 2. I don't know. I don't know them in order. So the reason we did this is husband's a huge nerd. He loves anything and everything nerdy, comic books, Star Wars, Star Trek, you know, MCU, DC. He loves it all. And I love it all too, just not as much as he does. And MCU seemed like a good place to just start. And we can watch it in order. We can watch it at our leisure. And it's gonna be great. Yay! And I'm loving it. A lot of these movies came out in my youth. I had like just turned 18 for some of them. Some of them, I think Iron Man. Hey Google, when did Iron Man come out?
In the United States of America, Iron Man was released on May 2nd, 2008.
Dang, she be loud, and dang, I be old. I was in my sophomore or junior year. May 2008. I was finishing my sophomore year. When the first Iron Man came out, and that was the first movie filmed in the MCU. So I was young, and I was not the nerd I am today. So, like, I watched it, and I liked it, but I didn't pay attention to it. So now that I have the interest in the nerdy stuff, I'm able to go back and watch it with the comprehension and understand what's actually happening. Not just like, oh yay, action movie, woo! But understand it and like digest the storyline and notice things that I didn't notice before. Spoiler alert, Black Widow is in Iron Man 2. I had no idea. And I've seen Iron Man 2 probably 10-15 times. Again, I like action-y movies. So 10-15 times probably seen that movie. I never realized that Black Widow was in Iron Man 2. So it's things like that. I never put 2 and 2 together that it was the arc reactor he had miniaturized to conduct his heart or keep the shrapnel from getting too close, you know. So it's a lot of 2 plus 2 finally adding up in my head as I'm going back with my years of maturity watching these action comic movies. Comic book movies through the eyes of an actual adult. So, yeah. Let's see. So that was reading and watching. Life stuff. My daughter was supposed to start swim, but she was still a little sick, so she did not. I have to contact the thing and see if she'll be able. She missed the first lesson, but I don't know if that's going to exclude her from the last like 5 weeks. It's only a 6-week session, so I don't know if that's going to exclude her from the entire session and she'll have to start with the next one, or if she can just show up this week. I have to call them and find out, now that she's not sick. She was kind of a little problem child on Monday, so she did not go to dance. I have to call them to see if she'll be allowed to go to the last 2 weeks, because summer session is only 4 weeks, and she was sick the first week, and she was not a nice person the second week, so I gotta call them for that. Yeah. And then Lucinda has her 4-month checkup on Thursday. I'm so excited to see how much she's grown. She is the happiest, most smiley baby like I've ever seen. I'm just so amazed by her and everything. So that's exciting. Let's see, in July, I have a concert. We're going to Blossom in, it's a little bit southern from us. It's about an hour's drive. We're going to go to Blossom Stadium, or Blossom, whatever it's called. And we're going to see the Pretty Reckless again. Yay! I'm obsessed with Taylor Momsen. I love her. But we're seeing the Pretty Reckless and Hailstorm. Lizzie Hale is also like one of my female idols. I absolutely love her as well. So I'm super excited to see the two of them together in a single night. That's gonna be so amazing. I'm so excited for that. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna stick with the 2-week schedule just because that's probably gonna be easiest for me. So today's the 14th. I'll see you in 2 weeks.